Those who can't pay and have challenges, we will work with them. We offer 24 months payment arrangement for some customers, especially pensioners.
Tell me though, Mr. Barnett, how many people do you have in court now trying to get your money from?
We probably have a few, not much. We try to do the legal letters first, and we have been getting a lot of responses. So even for me, I have been issuing letters from my desk as a result of demonstrating to people that we're serious about collecting our funds. The letters that I've issued so far has reaped us over $60 million without necessarily having to go to court. So it's a matter of...
And this is over what period?
We started this just about May of this year when I started to issue those letters. It's about being serious, being concerted in terms of demonstrating to persons that we are serious about collecting the revenue. Right now, I'm in the process of looking to engage a specific legal officer to just deal with revenue matters, because we oftentimes don't necessarily go to the extent of putting a caveat on properties with a view of disposing of same, but we are now going to pursue that as part of the strategy to really change the mindset of those who can pay but who just refuse to pay. Those who can't pay and have challenges, we will work with them. We offer 24 months payment arrangement for some customers, especially pensioners. We would consider those special case because of the nature of the situation. Basil, you're not included, by the way. But
I am a pensioner. I'm a former NWC board member.
I know, but we are determined to actually collect as much of our revenue as possible, and so every possible angle that is there, we're going to utilize them, and hence the reason why we believe trying to spend time to deal with the past debt which has been accumulating for many years, we thought it's best to dispose of it and allow others who are so equipped and experienced to take that on our behalf. It may be sold at a discount. We don't know what that yet is, so we allow the tender process to drive that, but it is our determination to go after all our revenue.
And how much money are we thinking about there in respect of your total?
So my overall receivables without provision for bad debt is about 39 to 40 billion Jamaican dollars
a year.
No, that's cumulatively.
Okay.
Cumulatively. So if I give you just a simple maths, we bill our customers probably close to about $3.5 billion per month. We are now collecting just about 85. It fluctuates, but on average 85% of that. Then it is the difference that would be accumulated per year in terms of receivables and add to what would have been existing over the years. So our determination is to really move our collection level up to at least 95%, which is consistent with other oil operating utilities, and see how we can manage all sides of the financial equation.
Can mix oil and water, don't you, Mr. Barnett?
Well, we don't intend to. We recognize that water is more significant than oil, and we recognize it as well. And the prediction is that unlike people are now moving away from oil, but they can't move away from water. So water could be the next reason why we have serious conflicts globally, and we want to avoid that locally, because community conflicts for water is just the same as if you have cross-border nations in conflict for water. And so we want to avoid that and ensure that every single Jamaican that the NWC can provide is provided with the adequate service.
I think Tamika also has another question coming up, but let me just ask you, have you seen any difference in respect of the compliance for payment for water since the COVID?
Oh yes,
significantly
we forced it. We recognize, as you would know them, and we did in fact was very considerate during the time of the initial, when the first case of COVID was detected here. We went into a mode of being consistent with government's approach, where we weren't disconnecting any customer. We weren't, and we advertised it. We told everybody we weren't going to disconnect you. And so people use that message to not pay their bill. We also offer, in some instances, customers who had arrears 25% discount. At one point, we go up to 30% for some customers. Some small businesses, commercial entities were also given up to 25% discount on what they owed. And it's just part of our effort to actually, ease the burden or the impact of the pandemic. However, when we do our analysis after 6 months, up to September, October, we recognize that people were taking us for granted. They weren't paying willingly, even though most persons were at home consuming more water. Our collection level was down to about 65% of what we bill, and therefore the business could not operate. The business cannot operate. I have a JPS bill to pay, I have staff to pay, I didn't lay off anybody, nothing of the sort. And so we made a strategic decision, or just the hard decision, that one, we're not giving any more concession. We will give people time to pay. Two, we are going to start our disconnection effort, because albeit it is COVID, we recognize that people were just not considerate towards this utility. And so we started that effort. It started to bear fruit. We see gradual improvement. 1 month, I see a mark improvement of over $300 million in above what I was collecting on average during the early stage of COVID. So right now, I think the trajectory is good. The staff have been very much motivated, and I'm seeing the responses from the customers. We go to the extent as well as advertising to customers when we're coming in your area to do disconnection. Who does that? Seriously, who does that? You just know that your light is gone or your cable is gone. Nobody tells you anything, but we are telling you. So we're giving you ample notice for you to make good. We improve the number of channels through which you can pay. So we're making it far more easier. We're not going to say it is perfect, because we're still working to make sure that technology is a driving force in our business. And we recognize as well that, based on the earlier conversation, that technology is a driving force for conservation. And so we are adopting technology. We are now in the process of developing not necessarily developing, but procuring for develop our own mobile app, which we expect to come on stream sometime in the first to second quarter of 2022. And so those are things that we intend to have to ensure that customers have no excuse in terms of paying their bills.